Why was it such a disaster when Dennis Rodman joined the Lakers? Why couldn't Phil Jackson get him under control?
Well, you have to remember, Phil wasn't a coach when
That's right.
when
that's
Dennis
right.
came.
That's true.
And
That was
Dennis,
another guy.
Dennis is like a free spirit, and so you have to have a coach that understands that.
Right.
And I think at that time our coach didn't understand Dennis, and then Dennis, is a wild guy. He wants to hang out and
Party, drink.
and have a good time. But
Right.
he has to remember when he was doing all his damage, he was still a relatively young man.
Right.
Now, you still can't party and go out there and grab 20 rebounds, even though some nights he could still do that.
It wasn't consistent.
But he wasn't consistent. But I love Dennis. Dennis was a winner. He played great defense, and you probably won't never see a power forward like Dennis again.
In fact, he was in here saying that he might actually play for the Harlem Globetrotters. That's probably the team that'll take him.
No.
Yeah.
Said he
Is
was
that
thinking about it,
right?
but I don't think he's doing that.
I do. He can't get with the team. The only other thing he had was Isaiah Thomas was thinking of making him a coach,
A player coach.
a player coach. And I said to Dennis, wouldn't the team have to practice? And you know what he said to me? Team doesn't have to practice.
Oh, yeah, because he didn't.
Right.
Because he didn't. He wants to party and wake up at 5, 6, in the early
can't
evening.
do it.
And you can't. Look, I love Dennis. In terms of a basketball player, he's
fun to watch.
Yes.
He's a draw.
And no question about it. He was a top entertainer in basketball, one of them.
He's a showman.
Probably top 5 guys. But the thing about it is you have to understand that there's rules and regulations in basketball and in the NBA, and you have to follow those rules.
Right.
And,
So-
Dennis loved to break rules.
And
What did you think? The other thing he said was that if Larry Bird had been a black guy, he would have just been an average player.
Yeah, what do you think of that? That's what Dennis said.
no.
He says because he was white.
No.
You're saying Larry Bird was good?
Sorry.
You don't agree?
I don't agree. Larry Bird wasn't good. He was great.
He was.
Shoot, Larry could play basketball.
You don't think people got a little charged up because he was a white guy? I know I did.
Well, you know what? Of course, people got charged up because the game is dominated by African Americans. But Dennis knows that Larry Bird could play basketball and dominate.
Right.
And dominate brothers, dominate white guys. It didn't matter who was out there.
Hello everyone, I spend a lot of time trying to get you guys nice videos, so please subscribe to this page. Thank you.